toes and hands. If you'd like, you can drop to your knees. We're going to do chaturanga. So our yogi push-up, keeping our elbows in tight against our body. We don't want to be out here, but right here. And slowly all the way down. And here we have got a couple options. We can do cobra, reaching our heads up and lifting our feet up off the ground, or we can come into upward dog. Keeping our feet planted on the ground, reaching forward, keeping our knees up off the ground. So we're just going to move through that a couple more times. So we're going to curl our toes under, pushing back into a downward dog. Remembering that it's okay to have a bend in our knees. It's a lot more important to have a flat, straight back. And just moving at our own pace, we're going to move through those few poses. So it works best if we just go with our breath. Now that we're warmed up, everybody meets back in downward dog. We're going to have the option of raising one foot towards the ceiling. I'm going to start with my left foot, pushing that heel up as if I could plant the bottom of my foot on those tiles. If you'd like, you can open up that hip, dropping that foot over towards the right side of our body. We're going to bring that knee in towards our chin, planting that left foot. Now we're in that low runner's lunge again. So from here, we're going to do a twisted lunge, reaching our left hands up towards the ceiling. We really want to focus on pushing our right heel towards that back wall, lifting up with our left leg, sorry. And here, let's plant that hand, and then we're going to step right back into a downward dog. From here, let's pedal our heels. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to raise our right foot up towards the ceiling, imagining putting that heel and toes on this roof. And if you'd like, you can open up that hip towards the ceiling and drop that left foot over, or that right foot over towards your left side. We're going to bring our knee in towards our chin, planting that right foot between our hands. We're going to move into a twisted lunge. So this time we're going to reach our right hand up towards the ceiling. Remember that sometimes it feels like we're going to drop, so let's extend that left leg all the way. Push deep through the ground with our right foot. Let's bring that hand back to the ground. We're going to step all the way forward, so forward fold. Let's come up slowly, one vertebrae all the time, at a time, all the way up towards the ceiling. Reach tall. Maybe reach one hand a little higher than the other, feeling an extension in that side body. If you'd like, you can grab a wrist and pull it over a little farther. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. And we're going to do one more chair pose. This one will hold for a little bit, build up some strength in our legs, prepare us for the warrior series. Let's come all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to begin our warrior series. So we're going to step back with our right foot first on the balls of our toes. Then we're going to plant that heel, putting it a little bit towards the outside. So now my toes are pointing diagonally. And I'm making sure my left knee is just above my right or my left ankle. And this is warrior one. So again, we can find any form of this stance that works for us, whether we need to be in closer or farther for more of a stretch. We want to find that asana or seat of ease. Bring your hands up towards the ceiling, come over the challenge. We're going to twist in the warrior two. So now our back foot is going to be parallel with the edge of the back of our mat. Again, we want to make sure that knee is aligned with our ankle. Reach as if we can pull ourselves in two directions towards both walls. Something that helps me is first, if I squeeze my hands really tight, then I just let them fall. Now I know those are two places I don't want. I want to find that middle place. Actively reaching out, but not to where I'm straining myself. Same with my shoulders. So if I reach towards my neck, and if I just let them fall away, I want to find that middle place. So from here we're going to reach or tilt forward at the hip, resting our elbow onto our left knee. From here we have the option of reaching up towards the ceiling, or if you'd like more of an opening, you can slowly drop that hand towards the front wall. We're going to carve our arms back, coming all the way back down to this running lunge. Dropping to one knee, let's step our other leg back. From here on our hands and knees, we can tilt our hips side to side. Feel a little bit of an opening. Then we're going to step forward with our right foot, planting it between our hands. And we're going to do the same thing before, curling our toes under, pushing that heel towards that back wall. We're going to come all the way up to the runner's lunge. And bringing awareness back to this foot, we want to plant that heel. If we need to shorten our stance, that's fine. But now we want it pointing out diagonally towards our left. Finding this warrior one stance. Here we'll move into warrior two. So straightening out that back foot, making it parallel with the edge of our mat. Bringing awareness to our front knee. Let's reach out two directions. This pose always reminds me of shooting a bow and arrow. These poses that at times may seem difficult to hold, we really want to remember to focus on our breath. It'll make it a lot easier. And when we go and do other forms of exercise, we'll find that our breathing patterns are a lot better, and it'll make those easier as well. So from here, let's tilt forward at the hips, placing our right forearm on our knee. We can have our arm wherever feels comfortable. You can have it just hanging. You can reach it straight up towards the ceiling or reaching towards that front wall. And let's bring our hands down to the mat. And we're going to step back all the way to a downward dog. Again, we have the options of pedaling our heels if we'd like. And really push forward, lengthening our body, stretching out our mat as much as possible. Ideally, we should be able to lift our fingertips up off the mat and still be balanced. From here, let's bring our left knee in towards our chin, twanging that left foot. We're going to come all the way back up to a lunge, so however we need to get there. And now we're going to do some chest openers or heart openers. So we've got a couple options. We can bring our hands up behind our head. Then if we just expand our elbows, then reaching our head back slowly, we feel a little bit of an expansion there. If you'd like more of a stretch, bring your hands behind your back, taking that beach ball grip, reaching them back towards the floor, lifting our chins towards the ceiling. And this is what we call the humble warrior. From here, let's release, bringing our hands forward. Let's step our left foot forward to meet our right. Here again, we can walk our hands side to side, stretching out that lower back. And we're just going to go straight back into lunge. Planting our left foot behind us, coming all the way up. Again, if we'd like, you can do a couple different things. You can do goalpost arms, spin your chest this way. If you'd like more, clasp your hands behind your head, slowly reaching back. Or you can clasp your hands behind you, pushing back towards the floor, and a little bit towards the back wall, and reaching up with our chest and our chin. Always remembering to keep that knee directly above our ankle. So that's where our knee will be the most protected and will prevent injury the best. From here, let's release. Coming all the way to the ground. Let's drop to a knee and the other. Just for a breath or two, let's hang out in a child's pose and really feel our body. Feel where we've been working. Feel what's getting stronger or maybe hurting. If something's hurting, let's focus on bringing our energy to that place. Drawing in through our breath. Letting pain go on our exhale. From here, let's come back up to all fours. From here, we're going to move into gate pose. So we're going to kickstand our right foot out. And then we're going to take our right hand, place it towards the center of our mat so it's directly beneath our shoulder. And then we're going to extend our left leg out, just like in the Warrior 2. It's parallel with the mat. And we're going to reach our left hand up towards the ceiling.
Just like shoulder press, both body weight.
If you'd like more of a challenge, you can always stagger your feet so you can step your left foot out a little forward, bring your right foot back,